Hello, so today we are going to learn how to use the SUMIFS function for the sales data provided in this Excel sheet. So our scenario is that the boss at your company has given you the data for sales on particular products in the small store he owns. He wants to know the total amount of sales for each product and then the total amount of sales for this particular store. So what that essentially means is that we need to figure out every single all the sales for each product and then the total amount of sales for all the products combined. So what we first do is we just put some headers in. We put it for sales and then sales by product, or essentially just by product. It just depends on what you want to put in your Excel sheet. So we're going to do product today. So first what we're doing is we're figuring out everything that is under product name, and what we want to do is just see all the data. And instead of manually putting this in or manually going down to find what is in this, we can hit the filter button to just make sure that we have everything in order, so that we have chargers, headphones, laptops, monitors, and printers. So we can use that to just make sure that we have every single product is represented. So here we're just writing down what each product that is listed in the Excel sheet. So we have laptops, we have printers, we have headphones, chargers, and last but not least, we have monitors. And then so that's for each, so we have all these products, and then we also need to figure out the total. So just in order to make sure that we get the total in there, we're just going to write total, and we'll deal with that later on in this video. So right now we're going to put the total here, however we'll put the values of each product in there. And the first thing we want to do is define the name of this header here, product name. And we do this by going and we're doing this exact thing. We define the name, and we're just going to call this sales data product name. And then we define that range of all of these, and we drill down, and you can do that by the annotation at the bottom. And that's just defining all of the values within product name that we have in this Excel sheet. We could do the same thing for sales. So we define the name. We're going to call it sales data. Define the range of cells. Hit the first one and drill down. And that represents all of our sales numbers for sales that we have in the store. So now we can figure out what each one is, how much sales each product is doing. And we do this by using SUMIFS. And you do that by hitting insert function SUMIFS. So first we're going to hit it, insert the function, and it's going to pop up in our bar equals SUMIFS. It's right there. And the definition is added below. So we need to figure out the range criteria for all of this listed in order to accurately find the sales numbers. So first we defined the sum range, which is sales data. And that's this blue figure here. Next, we find the criteria range number 1, which is sales data product name, which is what we defined earlier. It's all the products within product name. Then we find what we're looking for, this is laptops. So that's our criteria in the last part, is F10. And you want to make sure that you put the money sign there so that it locks it in, and that's the only one we're looking for. So we use money sign F10, and that's the number that we're getting, and then we can also fix it to accurately represent it in dollar signs as such. So we did that for laptops, and we can do the same thing for printers as well. So we go into here, we hit equals SUMIFS if we wanted to do it manually. We have our sum range, which is again sales data. Then we do sales data product name again. And our criteria this time is going to be money sign F11. And you need to make sure that you don't make a mistake by not putting the commas in, because that's a big deal, and that needs to separate each criteria range or sum range. And once again, we can put the money sign as well. So we did that manually, and we found it for laptops and printers. However, we can drag it down, and Excel will automatically do that for us. So now we have it for headphones, chargers, and monitors. And this is just a simple way so that you don't have to do it manually and waste time, but we wanted to do that second part just to reiterate it. So now we're finding the total. And we can use the total by using the sum function. So we're going to do insert function sum. So it's equals sum, and it automatically does it for the figures that we provided, which that gives us the total amount of dollars that the store is doing. However, if we wanted to do it manually, we can do equal sum and then highlight the figures above us, and it'll give us a sum of all of these. And once we do that, we now have the total, and we are given the answer to the scenario. So now we can report that laptops did the X amount of number of dollars, printers, headphones, chargers, and monitors, and then we also have the total amount of dollars the store is doing. And we're using all of this with the data set provided that the boss gave us. And this is an easy way to do this. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comments. Thank you for watching.